Addison Williams, Jeff Hall, the Box Chumps. We're here to share some important CrossFit wisdom with you. And Jeff, please tell us what important subject we are covering today.
Wisdom. We're going to talk to you today, folks, listeners, viewers at home, about the importance of correctly selecting a coach.
And I believe, historically speaking, they're called coaches because they're so massively underpaid that they can only fly coach, correct?
I think that's absolutely part of it. I think I've also heard of a Greyhound coach,
Okay.
which is a bus, which is how a lot of them get about to competitions and such places. But I also know the irony is that they can't afford to shop at Coach.
Got it. So the first thing is we need to pay our coaches better.
We should be paying them more. In fact, that may be one of the selection criteria.
Yeah. Are they paid well enough? Criteria 1 down.
Fairly important person in your life, so you want to make sure that they're well funded.
Yeah. So make sure to pay your dues.
On that list, Addison, you may want to actually also find out what they do for a day job.
Yeah.
That'd be an important criteria for a coach.
What's the ideal day job for a coach?
The ideal day job for a CrossFit coach would be CrossFit coach. If they're a full-time professional CrossFit coach, those are rare, hard to come across, but that would be a great daytime profession. Maybe some examples of ones that are less than ideal.
Personally, oh man, I feel on the spot, but because I liked your conversation earlier about
maybe, for example, like someone who's in the active fitness community but not dedicated to coaching.
Yeah.
For example, a first responder or an active duty military.
They're too busy being fit to make you fit.
Right, they're too busy focused on themselves. So how could they possibly focus on you?
So that's another criteria: is you don't want a coach that's too much better than you.
You really don't. You really don't want that, right? Because they're not going to be able to relate to you. They're not going to be relatable. You want a coach who's relatable.
They're going to be shocked at how bad you are, and then you're just going to be embarrassed all the time. So, but if they're more average like you, or they just got other priorities and work on their plate, they're going to be human, understand your plight, because you too are not the best athlete in the gym.
Have good empathy for what's going wrong, right? When they see you doing the lift wrong, they're going to be like, "I also do that wrong."
Yeah, right? we are the same. You are
Therefore,
my people.
Technically, they should know because of their superior education.
So, how many CrossFit certs should they have before you would consider them a great, say, head coach?
At least one.
Okay, I think that's the minimum. Glassman be mad if they have 0 still.
0, because it's not good.
I've heard that there's a second one. There's the level 2.
Yep.
So it's kind of like Scientology. There's like hidden levels. Like you can get the gymnastics and the weightlifting.
6 and 7. I think
7 circles of
Six Sigma.
6 Sigma.
6 Sigma.
Project managing the gym.
Yep. Project managing your fitness goals. Some other things to look for, obviously, are just physical appearance, right? You want to take a long, hard look at them. One of the first questions you should ask is, and speaking of empathy, do they have a beard?
So a beard represents empathy?
Or it represents coachiness.
Coachiness, got it.
CrossFit.
And CrossFit.
CrossFit, because if they're dedicated to CrossFit in the CrossFit community, they're taking the time to grow a beard.
Okay, and so what about the female coaches?
That's optional for the female coaches. It's not a requirement, but it would, bonus points probably. I'm not sure.
Her testosterone's just naturally so high.
What they're wearing? Are they wearing the correct apparel that aligns with your fitness goals or your apparel? You don't want to clash with your coach.
Normally they're wearing a shirt that says coach.
Coach.
And so that's apparel. That's step number 1. If they're wearing no shirt during your class that they're instructing, probably not ideal.
Not a good sign. Tattoos.
Not a good sign.
You want to make sure they got the correct tattoos. Again, you don't want to make you want to look for either some stuff that sort of says, "Hey, I've been in this community for a while." Some CrossFit type tattoos, like some "I'm a really good coach" tattooed on them somewhere would be a good sign.
They're owning it.
Great sign, by the way.
Some of the more ambiguous
certificate number, they got that stuff tattooed on them. Like this, they're really dedicated.
They have the actual certificate print out on their chest.
The gym logo tattooed on their arm.
That would be sick.
That would be pretty cool.
The more marginal ones I know are like the prison tattoos, because on the one hand it says ethical issues.
'Cause I've
On
lifted.
the other hand, it says, I've worked out a lot.
I've worked out an awful lot.
So,
Yep.
stay tuned for that. Other tattoos, no big deal.
No big deal.
So,
no big deal.
What about the experience in class? We talked about things that you could do just by eyeballing them or looking at their shirt on the wall.
Yep.
But, I mean, there's really something about the personal touch. What do you want to experience during the class, Jeff?
Well, not too much personal touching. It'll be one of the,
Yeah.
It'll be one of those things if they're a little
most
touchy.
important thing about the personal touch is that it's not
Personal
too much
or a
too
touch.
personal and not
Yeah.
an actual touch.
Yeah, you don't end up in court.
Metaphorically.
If they're running the class well, they're controlling the class. They're allowing you to make some good jokes to keep the mood light, and their sense of humor aligns with your sense of humor.
Speaking
that's
of
probably
mood
very important.
lighting.
You want the correct mood lighting. You want the lighting to be right. You don't want to be too bright
Does
in
your
there.
gym have dimmers?
Yep.
Also known as gymmers.
Are they setting the mood properly by playing the right list? Right? Are they playing the right playlist? And what are their musical tastes?
You know what's a good coach? When they get about a quarter of the way through a song that they don't like, and then they change the track. So they don't just let the song finish. Then you know they're a hardcore coach.
They're really paying attention to the working environment.
They're paying attention to the athletes.
They're
really
attuned
matters.
to you. They're attuned to the room. They're attuned to the other athletes around you. These are all really important
So
things.
you get about a quarter of the way into the Mumford and Sons song, and then they change it back to the mumble rap because that's
Mumble
hot right
rap
now.
is definitely where it's
hot
at.
right now.
It is hot right now, actually.
All right. Well, any last words on selecting a coach, Jeff?
I mean, I'd just recap, right? I'd say, you want to make sure that, they look like they're going to align to your goals, your fitness goals. You want to make sure they've got the correct education and coaching. You want to check on a lot of, really get inappropriate in how deeply you go into their personal history.
So once you're done cyber stalking your coach, go ahead and drop in for the class and make your decision.
Yep, friend them on Facebook, check them out, look into their families, run a quick background check, and sign up.
Standard operating procedure. Sounds good. All right, well, that's another little bit of Box Chumps wisdom for you. Addison and Jeff are out.